Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And on Green Valley today, as I promised, we will be getting some plowing done as well as getting trees cut down and some other fun stuff so we can get the harvest started. And here we go. So for the harvesting, we are going to have to plow first. We are going to get it the Valtra. Go. That started up. Go. Now the weight should be good enough on this. It only weighs about a ton only. But the tractor's like 7 tons, so I don't think this is going to be an issue. I like to be pretty exact about these when I first start them out, so we get this kind of centered and ready to go for plowing. It takes me just a second to line up and all that fun stuff, so we will just get started here in a second. Oopsie. All right, lower that plow and recreate fields, and off we go. And that is the field finished. Here we go. And we just have a little bit here. We'll be continuing on. This plow did give me a lot of trouble, a lot of stuttering and issues. Hey, it went right along with the music, and that was absolutely awesome. But it did have a lot of issues with this plow. It couldn't find the right gear. It couldn't find any way to reasonably do it. So I do apologize for the stuttering on that. So anyway, this will go right back over here, and we can continue on with the exciting stuff to come. There we are. All right, so that is that job done for the most part. Looks like we need to get this in and seated next. And we will also get some people out so that they can run the testing of the soil. I hire out for that. I can normally get in and do it myself, but as of right now I don't want to buy all the equipment. So for a nominal charge, the gentleman will come out and test the field for us, which is a really nice benefit. So we are going to go ahead and do that right now. And purchase that soil information, approximately $350. Very worthwhile. There we go. Okay, and there we are. Looks like good soil to me. All right. And it looks like this land area overall is pretty good. Still showing the field area 2 there as 1.1 acres, but we will get that resolved here in 1 second. I'm going to draw the lines for this field, and we can get that all marked out. There we go. Save custom field. Looks to be the size is 0.74 hectares, so you multiply that times 3 approximately, and so we're sitting approximately 1.5, 2.25 acres, which is not too bad at all, about what we are expecting. So that is excellent. Looks like the pH values are terrible, so we'll even get lime on this, as well as take a look at our soil structure. Soil structure is mostly loam, which is excellent, and looks like we have some sandy loam down there. So it's not too bad as far as it goes there. You can see the general scores there. I need to improve that nitrogen as well. We do have weed control turned on, so we will be doing weeding, but I'm not going to mess with extra plowing and field stones, because those will be taken care of. As a secondary note, also we will have crop destruction on, so if we need to, or we have to run over things, then it will destroy our crops. Within the normal parameters of I believe the first and second stage, they don't get destroyed, but for the third stage they do. So that will take that into account. We need to not roll over our valuable crops because we are going to need them. So let's get started with the lime processing. Ooh, that was narrowly missed my beautiful truck. That would have been an awful accident. Can you imagine what a 7-ton truck would have done with that tiny little Toyota? Just wrecked it. Would have just wrecked it. So we need to fill up with some lime and fertilizer. pH values are pretty bad. We will need to get that taken care of. I do have the tractor hooked up now for taking care of the lime spreaders. I did recently just call the Case dealership. They will be making a delivery here soon, and we can get this started. I do like to use the store delivery system. It does cost a little bit more, and I think that that's okay. It's about 20% for the delivery fees, which I think is fair. You can get store deliveries, especially in this age of getting food delivered to your house that you had never gotten delivered to your house before. So store deliveries, absolutely. I will be using them, and I think that's totally fair for a 20% cost increase. So Trevor and John just stopped by. They unloaded these off the trailer so we can get these all packed up into our starter. Let's get these filled up. The auto feed up set up in here, and we'll get these loaded. Now we'll have to find places for us to store this. Any excess that we use or don't use right away, we'll have to find some place to shelter it. So I will be putting up some sheds in the near future. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. Hopped right out. Okay. So let's get this party started, folks. Ooh, little whirly there. All right, and as you can see, we're getting some nice lay down there. Getting a nice, beautiful green color. those little touches of overlap a little bit later. Nice even spread here. Splitting the lines not very well. Even some gaps. Unfortunately, go back over this really quickly. But this puts on just the right amount, only when we need it, so that is very nice. Okay, go back over and get this little touch over here. No, not enough for it to even recognize that it existed. Okay, so we got our area cleared up here. That's good. Looks like we have a nice little green area. Very nice. Let's go ahead and hop down here and we will take a quick look at our fields. For some strange reason, it's not showing that very small section over there. That is kind of odd. So it does appear that I was mistaken. Unfortunately, it looks like the soil samples they take are only good for 1 year. So that is not the most efficient way to do it. So I have bought the Asura Scout, and we are going to take some quick readings of the fields out here, because we are not getting the complete information that we need. So we'll get this opened up. And we will take a look at what we need for our samples. Hopefully this will get us the information that we need and we can get this process started. Hopefully this will get us the information that we need and we can get this process started. We are going to put that back away and we are going to send those for analysis and see what the best way to proceed forward is. Hopefully this will take care of our problems and we can do the soil samples ourselves and just send them to the lab. So we will just set this over here. There we are. Send this gently to the ground here. Very expensive piece of equipment. All right. And let's take a look at soil sampling. There we are. There we are. Okay. Much better. Much better. And as you can see up in the upper field up there, I did just get the outline cut out so I could get that out of the way. We'll be working on that momentarily as well, but there it is. Okay. We need to get hooked up to the seeder. I should have had them brought seed with that lime and everything else. You know, I'm going to just make a bulk purchase here for all of those materials, and that way we don't have to fuss around with it anymore. So the boys just delivered the items over there that we had needed, and looks like we got 2 bags of seed and 2 bags of the Helm Pro solid fertilizer. So we will get those moving. Hook that up to the seeder. Drop that down here. Oh, nice. Looks like they finally got that working so it doesn't look so funky. The fertilizer used to have a problem where the kickstand did not go down at a 90-degree angle, and so the graphics were a little goofed up. It looks like they've made corrections to that so that it seats properly. Get this hooked up. There we go. And we'll go and load up our seed pallets. There we go, opening that cover. Now the price on winter wheat was absolutely atrocious. So instead I decided to get the winter barley. Much more hardier for this climate, and I think that it'll work quite nicely there. There we go, filled up, perfect. Get this set down. Get our depth gauge set. Looks like everything should be set here, hopefully. Okay, and yeah, the tines are looking good. Check the depth gauges here, and 1 second. Okay, yeah, the depth gauges are set. Gotta make sure that you get that. They need to be under the ground a little bit more for barley, especially in the winter, because it makes it so that the seeds won't germinate if they're too close to the surface. They are hardy, but you know, if they have a shallow root system, they're just not going to survive the winter. Lower down, power up, and off we go. It's got a nice swath there. Seems to have the power we need to pull this, so that's good. Yep, seems nice and accurate. Looks like our depth gauges here. Alright, we'll make this pass here. Give it a stop, lift that. And we will check to make sure that those are going down the depth that we need to here. There we go. Okay, yep, those are definitely down far enough so that we won't have to worry about them freezing over. The root systems can establish nicely. So. Now I'm going to come back and do this headland here just because it's going to make it a little bit easier dealing with this fence for the time being. And then I have one of the local ladies. She is actually looking for some part-time work, and I gave her a call. She was actually the wife of the farmer who helped us push the truck in to get the gasoline in it, and she agreed to come out and do some part-time work for us. And when she's not dizzy, when she's not busy on their farm, and so that's going to be a nice little thing. Her name is Lizzie, and she is quite a nice lady. I've met with her a couple times. her husband had me over for dinner and had a nice time. It was really nice. So it was quite enjoyable. But yeah, no, it was nice that we could get together, and they're really supportive of other farmers, and that's awesome. That's exactly what we want here. So back up here. There we are. But she did say that she was going to be here probably about 1 o'clock or so to help out. So hopefully she's here relatively soon. Then we can have her work on that briefly while I work on some other projects. Almost wide enough to get the whole swath. Almost. So close. That's okay. We'll get better at this. Now when I was grazed on my grandpa's farm, I never really had a chance to do the tractors. The only thing they ever let me do in the tractors, they used to let me run the old sickle mower. It used to get up along the wheel lines up there. Now, this is back in the days before they had those big, circular irrigation lines. Luckily, out in this country, the natural rainfall is usually enough to keep the crops going. Either that or we use drought-resistant crop types. So that always helps a lot. But as it sits, we had standard wheel lines. And, the weeds would just collect right behind where the main wells were. So we had to take care of that. It was a good option versus burning them out. Some people really don't like the burning. I know it's kind of a faux pas nowadays, but getting it that close to the fields really wasn't a great idea. So should be here pretty soon. Wonder what happened. Well, let me pause here at the end of this row, because I'm almost done with it.
Hello.
Okay, well I did just get off the phone with Zoe. Fortunately, I wasn't paying attention, and I thought we'd said one, but apparently they have two, because they have some things to do around their area, which is just fine. We can get everything taken care of, but she should be here momentarily. She was under the impression it was 2 o'clock, not 1, so that's completely on me, and that's just fine. We'll get this set down. Oh, yep, there she is. I can see her coming down, just down the road there. All right, and there she goes. I'll just go ahead and do the most dangerous thing on the planet right here. All right, hop out. Oh, I made it. All right, so she's going to finish off that field, and we are going to take a look around, and hopefully she doesn't have any issues with the tree over there, but it should be pretty clear. So it should be in pretty good shape. Now, as far as that goes, that is awesome. I did want to go over real quick and take a look at the main shop area, and I wanted to plant that out so that we could get that taken care of. We need to put a couple sheds in here. We have the yard. I might as well, move our tractors and implements over in this area, and just find a good place to put them. I am going to keep a couple trees up in this area just because they're pretty. They add a little character. I think that's nice. Probably not the pine tree, but let me reach in here real quick and shut this thing down. Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So we are going to clear these out. Looks like that big Scots. That's not a Scots pine. That's an Australian pine. That's a big, tall one. But that one's nice, but a shed would go really nice there, especially with that downslope. So that's probably coming out. So we're probably going to nix this one here, and this tall pine here is probably going to go as well, because that would be a nice corner. I do like open areas in the center of my fields, or in the center of my yard. It gives you that room to move around, and I don't like being in cramped places. Right? We live in a big country. We can not work in cramped places. Now it looks like uh, this tree has been covered over by the crew here, so unfortunately I think we're going to have to leave large branches underneath the road because I am not digging that all out. And it looks like there's another one here. It looks like when they buried this up right up to pretty well up its trunk. So, and then there's that one's pretty. I think we might keep that one. Let's go ahead and keep that. We're getting rid of a few trees here, but we'll keep a couple nice ones. And if I find some nice areas where we can leave the trees, I think we will do that. So that will work quite nicely. Um, but there we are. I was thinking overall, if we take a look here and okay, so we're going to take a little flight up here, kind of look at the ground area. Yeah, we got a lot of space up here, so I think that'll work quite nicely. So I think maybe a shed right here with some implements, a couple of those, maybe one here and one up against this side, so easy access to the fields on the high end, and then maybe a vehicle workshop right here. Work on our vehicles, make sure that they're stayed up nice and repaired. Now a granary would go really well right here, I'm thinking. So that's going to be, I think, a top priority as far as that goes. We'd have some room in here for like pigs or cows, quite a lot of area. The chickens, um, they are a great source of money from what I remember from what Grandpa used to tell me. So, but they will go down here because, well, they just make a lot of noise and they can be very obnoxious. Not that they're right near my house or anything, but they tend to cluck a lot and lots of open area here to build other things. And I think we could make really interesting looking, give it some nice features. So that'll be great. Oh, got a phone call. Here, one second. Let me take this real quick. I might have to mute this real quick, but oh, it's Zoe. Okay. Hello. So we'll head back on over. She said she was all set and all done. I didn't really have anything else for her. So I will make sure that she gets paid. She has a Venmo account, so we got that all set up, and we will get her Venmo'd for the work. Looks like she's got everything set up and turned off over there. So looks like she did a nice job. So, well, I think that's gonna do it for today. Uh, been kind of a long vlog, and we're gonna go ahead and shut this down. If you want to like and subscribe, I'd sincerely appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.